Everybody, Malinka here, and I finished Half of a Yellow Sun by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. I read this for the International Reads Club, and it is by far my favorite book so far. I read it so fast. I read it mainly in the buses, in the airplane, while I was just tripping around in Europe, and I absolutely loved it. First of all, why I loved it, it is historical fiction. It is based on real facts, and I think this is one of my favorite genres. So the main historical fact is the Nigerian Biafra War from 1967 to 1970. I actually did not know about this war, so for me it was new to go ahead and discover it. Also, the characters belong to very different worlds, very different races, very different backgrounds, and I think it goes around around the life of several characters. There's not just one person. It starts with the life of Ugwu, a very young boy who is brought from his village to his master is Odenigbo. Then, as a couple, Odenigbo and Olana share their story, and Kainene is Olana's twin, unidentical twin, and Kainene lives with Richard from London. So basically the whole plot surrounds their lives and the Biafra War. I have to say that the characters develop extremely well during the book. It has 430 pages, so there is place for them to develop. Ugwu develops, and every other character, and not necessarily to the better, or not as I expected, or as they expected, or as they hoped, just because of the war, because of the circumstances, because of life mainly. This book fascinated me outside of the historical fiction, outside of the description of the events, how the Igbo people were absolutely massacred and killed by the other nations, and how the army didn't do anything, and how this conflict started, the description of the poverty, of the hunger, of the conditions was absolutely dreadful. Outside of all this, which is the biggest part of the book, I really loved the characters. As I was mentioning at the beginning, there is Igbo, and he's an Ugwu, sorry, he's Ugwu, his name is Ugwu, and he's Igbo from this nation. Also Olana and Kainene are also Igbo people, and it's very interesting to see how they live in different environments. So we have the university environment, we have the locals presented by Ugwu's parents or the tribe or everybody around them, and then we have the business people represented by Kainene and Richard, and then we have the British people just walking around and giving their impression. So it's very interesting to see how everybody else sees the situation differently, how the locals are seeing it, how the English people are seeing it. So the politics at the time were very developed, as in everybody had their own opinion and they didn't listen to the others. So that was also interesting. My favorite character is Kainene. She is the ugly twin, as she describes herself. She is Olana's sister, and apparently she's not as pretty as Olana. I don't know how they determine that, and she's always very sarcastic, very mocking, very cold, very mysterious, a very good businesswoman, very manipulative, and I loved her character. And I think that out of all the characters, she has the strongest development and transformation. This war, I think it transforms her the most, and it transforms her the way I never saw it coming. So for me, it was absolutely interesting to read about her, and of course the ending was amazing, was very amazing. So I don't know, I'm missing so many things because the book was amazing. It had so many, the style, I really loved the style. It was very fluent, very easy for me to take in, very, very natural. It didn't feel, even in the description that were describing massacre and mass murder, I felt like it's easy to read. It didn't have those dramatic descriptions that went on for pages and pages that will absolutely mortified me, but it had the right amount of description and the right amount of details, just to give you the, you know, the picture of the environment, of the circumstances. So that was my those were my ramblings about this book. I really loved it and I recommend it to everybody. And please join the International Reads Club. I will post it in the description. I'll put the link to Goodreads, and you can discover their books as amazing as this one. So don't hesitate to find us. Thank you so much. Bye bye.